let's focus on developing one specific hero. This time it's gonna be Percival the Faithful Knight. So as soon as you get to level 20 as a 2-star hero, because right now Percival is a 2-star hero, the next thing worth doing is you press upgrade and you take these souls. You can also sacrifice other champions or heroes, but the duplicates have better use cases, so you might have farmed enough of these 2-star, these random heroes. These are like regular silhouettes, so it's not like soul stones. There is also awakening like elsewhere. These are just regular chickens, if you want to say it this way, but they look very much like souls. And a promotion doesn't cost anything else, so this is good news. And other good news is that in Godforge they understood that finally, when you level up a hero, you might not want to see its stats decrease like in Raid. Because in Raid, whenever you level someone up, or rank someone up, then their base stats decrease because they start on level 1 again. So you went to level 50, and then you 6-star it by like working your ass off for quite a while, and then you get back to level 1 and your HP, attack, defense or whatever else will decrease. That's horrible, isn't it? And then you could use these potions to continue leveling up, but potions are quite scarce with respect to gold. Like if I had one constructive criticism, it's given that gold is not interchangeable for talent potions, gold scales, so talent potions don't scale along with gold, so you get a lot less talent potions, which means that you need to farm. Now let's see Ascension. Unfortunately I need 25 and I only got 22. This is the smaller stone. You know, it's quite hard to differentiate them, but this time it's doable, so it's a smaller stone. So what do? Sure enough, you go to the caverns and look at where you get the blue stones. I think it's like ending with 5. So 35, no, then it's most likely 25. No, then it's 15. Yeah, there you go, that's the blue. And then you start farming. Now, one thing to bear in mind as well is that you need to have a carry. And in this specific case, Ramses can be a carry, this one, but I want to level all of them up too. And place the heroes in there that you want to level up as much as possible. I want to level all of them up because once this hero, the 4th one, gets to level 30, then a ranking up is in due order. So right now this carrying mechanic is not that important because I don't have a level 60. Once I get a level 60, then it's gonna be the hard carry and I can like level up anyone. Now you can do manual battles, you can do automatic battles, and well, right now it's in 2x speed. You see that this level 15 is not that hard to grind, even on auto. It's just we're waiting for the loading. Now, I'm using this Ethereal Restart type of camera. By the way, this might have been inspired by Ethereal Restart, where you have the same thing that when you rank someone up, you don't go back to level 1. And this is good this way. Now, we're finishing the 3rd wave. Hopefully sooner or later we will know which wave we're on. And then we'll see if we get the proper blue stones. And as soon as we get like 25 stones, then we can do the Ascension. Let's see. What are we waiting for? Most likely I'm getting a new hero, and this is when, no, it's just the regular stuff. Now, what I don't know and what I don't understand is whether this is a bug or not a bug, that we're on level 29 with this hero, here on the bottom right, and it has been near the top for quite a while, and it just wouldn't get to level 30 no matter what I do. I'm not sure if this is a bug or a feature, but we will see. Anyway, we got our 3 stones. I would recommend placing, like with one click, like letting us know how many stones I have right now, because I don't have this information. I think I have 25 now because I used to have 22. Let's go to the heroes and now we will know. I'll just do a 1-star Ascension in this case. So, info. Awakening is one thing, but abilities, rather, not abilities, info, once again, upgrade, regular upgrade, and ascend. And here we just got the 25th blue stone, so let me ascend into like just 1 star. And then it's done. So basically we're adding the purple stars so that we'll be able to make them red during awakening. Now awakening right now, it is not sacrificable. There is no one, we don't have duplicate, so we won't be able to do this. So we can continue with this hero, like leveling him up, ranking him up, and so on, and he can go all the way to level 30. Now let's see what is wrong with this specific hero. Now if you go to upgrade, you see that she's right now on level 29. I'm not seeing how much XP she needs to get to level 30. I'm seeing that you can promote her to level 30 for 3,900 something. 3,948. Okay, let's do a battle and let's remember this 3,948. So we're battling the same 15 because sooner or later we'll need these blue stones. And remember the 3,948. Obviously, I would prefer faster fights, but you know, I'm like a spoiled type of player. Back in the days when I was playing fighting fantasy game books, just one fight took a lot more time if I did this correctly. So I don't know why I'm so spoiled, but obviously lately competition has faster battles, you know. But it doesn't mean that we won't have faster battles sooner or later. Anyway, we're finishing the battle, the third wave. If I'm not mistaken, this was the third wave. Yeah, at the end, just the waiting, you know, this is, the heroes don't have any like emotion at the when they finish the whole thing. So we get bulk, amazing. Let's continue. And we got 5 soul stones of the other one. So 3,948 was the number. Let's go to the heroes. And let's see how much do we still need in case of the upgrade. It's 2,948. So it seems like something happened and she got 1,000 extra. Okay, this is the only way to detect it at the moment as far as I know, because I'm not seeing this. Okay, let's fight once more. So we're going to battle, and I could hold like the right key. No, that just removes her. Left key, okay. And here you see some other information as well. 14% speed in all battles, amazing. Maybe we could put her to the boss. And then speed in it, all these things are here. But I'm not seeing the XP. What is this edit? There you see the character too. So I'm not seeing the exact XP, and then we need to start assembling the team again from scratch. So this is a bit of a difficulty. Anyway, I'm assembling the team and let's do a battle. 2,948, I'm now expecting 1,948. So it's essentially not a bug, in a sense that things are happening in the way how they should. It is just an issue that right now you don't see how much XP you still need unless you click to the right place in a different screen. But hey, in an alpha we can live with that, not a problem. So the heroes are doing their job. And then we're expecting 1,948 at the end. So we don't feel blocked, it's not a problem. We just don't see what is going on. So end of the turn. Come on, please load. And you're seeing that this hero here has the full blue bar here, advanced. And we're not seeing what we should, that she actually has only 1948 remaining. So if you go to the heroes, then you will see. So if you upgrade, here you only need 1948 talent potions. It's because this level awards 1000 XP per player. So okay, then let's go. And let's do this once more. Then the next one is gonna be 948, if I'm not mistaken. And you see the blue bar is not scaling, because that's not HP, that is supposed to be XP. You can also see the green bar, because their HP is at the bottom. You can also see what kind of effects are in there. By the way, you do manual, and well, you can add the one and only attack, that's fine. Here the one and only attack as well. I didn't even click on like which unit to choose. I'm going with whatever the AI wants us to go with. Now this is a attack on all, isn't it? No, it isn't. And I want to see some buffs or debuffs, but so let's say all both of them are green, but I didn't get any. Now we got some buffs on the knight that I wanted to upgrade. Now here we're not seeing the effects of the buffs, even though it's stopped. What I would like to see is like either with the holding of the mouse button, or double clicking, or right clicking and holding, or something. I would like to see. However, here either, you see. So there is no information on like what buffs, debuffs are in effect at what point in time. One other thing is that when the opponent has a debuff, for example here, I would like to see this. If I click on this by accident, if I'm not cautious with the hitbox, I might just attack the opponent. For example, let's say I click here or here, not sure. Or actually, its hitbox is kind of okay, because you need to go quite far away from that area with the mouse to land an attack. I would still like to see this level of transparency, okay, that you have an explanation of what is going on, what buffs are active, what debuffs are active, and so on. So we're going to the third and final wave, and we're done with the third and final wave in one go. They are not celebrating, they are not doing anything. So we just need 948, and we got a 3-star soul, or what, not souls, 3-star chicken. 3-star chicken. Then we need 948 left. You can see this here. Upgrade. 948 exactly. And with just one final fight, we'll be able to add all the requirements, like fully finish it. Because you need to see what is going on. You need to get information from the game. What is going on there? And this way you can see the XP advancement, even if it's not visible on screen, because the game will tell you. You just need to know where to look for. And obviously in the final version this will be different. Now we're gonna kill the opponents. I would love to know what these buffs and debuffs are, but we've talked about it already. And once we're ready, we're gonna rank up the hero. Come on, please load. And once you finish loading, we're gonna go as victorious. And you see that we got 52 extra hero experience. What does this mean? This makes a lot of sense. And the game is really, how should I put it, fair. Because you don't need any sort of, you can bring heroes with max level. I'm quite certain that if I continue grinding, I'm gonna get exactly 1000 potions. Look at this. I'm gonna get exactly 1000 potions. Why is that? Because experience that is unused are gonna be available as potions, and you'll be able to level up other heroes with it. This is an extremely good news, because then you won't have this stupid mechanic that you find the place where you need the most experience, obviously, like for example 12-3 or 12-6 in raid, where you have experience and silver and you optimize that. That's why you run 12-3, and you keep on grinding this for about a day and then you have some new 6-star champions. Here you don't have to bring those champions that keep on dying, you know, the food champions, because you're getting the 1000 potions anyway, the hero experience anyway. This is a crazy advancement. Just think about that. It's unbelievable. Just think, like, if it stays like this and it's not just for the alpha, then I can focus on playing the game instead of just farming the same stage with a carry. So essentially we don't even need a hard carry, because we're not gonna keep on torturing food champions, like bringing the food champions so that they all die on the first wave, so that or they don't even take a turn, just so that you can level others up. It's crazy. So it's really convenient if it keeps like this. So some smart decisions were made with this game. I can see that. Okay, let's go to the heroes part. And once again, we leveled up the hero. So once we upgrade her, then we'll need to bring 3 of these chickens. Whatever the terminology, we will learn the terminology, of course. And promote it for 0 everything. If I had to level someone up, it would cost gold and it would cost other stuff as well. So the rank up is done. And then you could go all the way to level 5. This is when you see that you need 428k talent. So by farming this specific level when you're alone, or no, like with 4 players, then you would need to run that stage 429 times. That's quite a lot. So obviously you will need to advance. Let's see what happens if we go all the way down to level or stage 40, for example. Let's see how strong we are, how weak. Most likely I'm still quite weak, so we'll need to do something about that. By the way, I need to do something with Odin, so that he's gonna get a lot stronger, and then my problems will be solved. I just want to see in what sense I can level up these heroes so that they cope with the difficulty. Now, I'm not even losing energy if I lose. So it's worth trying. So one thing is that I can do auto or manual. So first I'll do auto. See, turn meter increase, everything is fine on stage 1. And we can see the bottlenecks. One bottleneck is that the opponents take turns because we're neither fast enough nor we're not dealing enough damage either. Artifacts wouldn't hurt, by the way, on the knight, I think. I don't even know what kind of artifacts I have. But as soon as some attack thins the field, and we're gonna thin the field quite soon, now I'm gonna go to manual and I will finish off the battle by just using the basic attacks. Cooldowns are quite high because the skills need to be increased like big time. That's one thing that I haven't done yet. And in fact, in this case, when you just have one hero, it's even better if you just take a lot of turns to damage them, because then the cooldown just decreases. And unfortunately on the second turn, this is when we need to be quite careful. So I will attack whichever, like this one on the side. We need to be quite careful because at the end of the second turn you don't want the big attacks, the AoE attacks, to be activated. And you see that that without leveling up the skills, this is what I have learned, you won't be able to pass this challenge. Because by the time we get to the final boss, don't get me wrong, we will reach the final boss. But by the time we get to the final boss, we will unfortunately be weakened. So I would need to bring a healer, I would need to damage more, and the cooldown on my skills need to be increased, right? So, because once again, this is just the very beginning of the game. You see, I'm already dead. There is no revival either. It's quite difficult like this, because that's just the second wave, and they keep on damaging us. Now, what is this? What does this do? Queen of Cornwall, or Cornwall. Place defense upon all allies for 1 turn and increases the turn meter of all allies by 10%. Now, I want to do this right now on the allies. Click on any ally and you're gonna get it. Because those 4 are quite formidable still. I don't want to lose a lot of units. I'm gonna die anyway. Most likely. Maybe I'm just lengthening the agony. And then I will just do the basic attack and I'll make sure to kill like 1 more unit so that I can only deal with 3 units. For some reason the opponent AI is just as bad as our AI, because they choose to attack the lion while there is another one under debuffs who's about to die anyway, but they're leaving him in peace. This is interesting. Now I'm gonna go to the middle one, mirror match it looks like, and I really hope that the cooldowns are gonna end, so my skills are gonna be usable before we get to the next level. Poor lion, poor epic hero, so we're doing quite badly. Now this one, Jealous Retribution. Attack an enemy with a 50% chance to steal a random buff, which they don't have. If they had buffs, this would be good. Decrease this ability's cooldown by 1 turn if a buff is not stolen. No, let's just do the basic attack. I hope it was the basic attack. And you see that we managed to heal as well. Now the lion is about to die. Okay, I have some difficulty at the moment. Just by looking at the screen, whose turn is it right now? What do you think? You can write it in the chat. I don't know whose turn it is right now by just looking at the game screen. Unless I read the skills and I know like whose skills it is. I have to look on the left to see that it's actually the knight. And then I have to check that it's the knight on the bottom. Because these 4 players are all glowing, but nothing shows me that that is the knight's turn on the bottom. Neither is an arrow or something else that shows that it is the knight. So then I'll use the basic attack, which is glowing and the other one is not glowing. That's why we know whether it's a basic attack or not. Now the problem is that if I click on the other attack, I select the other attack, but if I click on the basic attack again, it just does the attack. So this is a bit counterintuitive to me. I don't want to spoil the second attack, so I just click on the enemy and it does the basic attack. Now the lion will attack the green one. That is easy. It's the same as in raid. I will just do the basic attacks from now on. Whichever units. I didn't see the other arrow, by the way. So poor lion is dead. Now, whose turn is it? On the left. So we're gonna survive this turn at least. So we might as well just do the basic attack everywhere. Now it's a knight. Oh, this was expensive. We didn't know that this was coming. Anyway, we're done. And then we're gonna go to the last one, and hopefully the cooldowns have affected us. But this is gonna be a difficult one and we will most likely lose. But then you know what to do. So first of all, I'm gonna use this defense upon all allies and increase turn meter, because the buffs actually get erased from wave to wave. Fine. We're gonna die anyway. Then this one, all enemies 50% stealing a random buff, but there is no buff, so cooldown is decreased. So all enemies are attacked. 1 unit died. Amazing. And then all I have is just the basic one. The basic skill. And unfortunately we're gonna be so dead that it doesn't even matter what I do, I can even put it on auto. But then at least I understand what I need. And then I can continue leveling up the hero accordingly by farming a bit and continuing with what I want to do. And you know what? You can try this as many times as you want without losing any energy. And this is why experimentation is free. So this is why it's amazing that experimentation is free. Now, maybe I was wrong initially because I was convinced that this bar below the level 33 is actually the XP. No, it's actually the health, it seems, because all the meter is like minimized. So we would need to see how they gain XP, because I'm only seeing the level at the moment. This is quite easy to fix. And this is how you level up heroes. I'm still learning myself as well. And well, sooner or later we'll understand what is needed to get all information from the user interface. Whenever I make a mistake, I will leave it in the video on purpose, because this is my real-time experience of learning the user interface. Something told me that this bar below level 32 is experience. Why? I don't know. Maybe because in Raid it was like this. But without numbers, I don't know either how experience is being handled. So think about changing it.